Today I would like to present about the introduction of cosmetic and polymer chemistry. Cosmetic is any substance which are used for beautification or improvement of appearance. So in other words, we can say that cosmetic is used for the purpose of covering, coloring, softening, cleaning, nourishing, and setting. And the ideal properties of cosmetic is it should be easy to apply, it should not cause irritation, and it should not make our skin dry. Polymer chemistry is very important and different from other classes of materials like metals and ceramics. So polymer chemistry comes from a very special structure which they have which they are covalently bonded with long chain molecules that containing thousands of atoms. And polymers are used in a wide range of applications as coating, adhesive of engineering, and structural material for packaging and for clothing, to name a few. There is now an increasing demand for highly specialized materials for use in, for example, optical and electronic applications, and polymers have been cited as and having a particular potential in this regard.
Hi, today I want to present about the historic cosmetic science and polymer polymer chemistry. Okay, first I want to present about the cosmetic science, about the history. Okay, during the yearly 1900, makeup was not excessively popular. In fact, women hardly wore makeup at all. Makeup at this time was still mostly the territory of prostitutes, those in cabarets and on the black and white screen. Cosmetic was so unpopular that they could not be bought in department stores. They could only be bought at the theatrical costume stores. Although modern makeup has been used mainly by women traditional, gradually on increasing number of most are using cosmetic usually as associated to women enhance their own facial feature. Cosmetic brands are releasing cosmetic products, especially tailored for men, and men use such product more traditional gender and do not view men wearing cosmetic in view positive light. Okay. Secondly, about the history polymer chemistry, the word polymer is derived from the Greek poly and meros, meaning many and part respectively. Some scientists prefer to use word macromolecule or large molecule instead of polymer. In 1907, Leo invented the first scientific polymer at thermostating phenol formaldehyde resin called Baristate. In 1922, Hermann was the first to propose the polymer consists of long chain of atoms held together covalent bonds. He also proposed to name this compound macromolecule. Okay.
Seperti yang kita tahu, terdapat pelbagai produk kosmetik yang telah dihasilkan oleh syarikat kecantikan pada zaman ini. Tapi, tahukah kita bahan yang digunakan oleh produk tersebut? Okey, terdapat beberapa bahan kimia yang digunakan oleh produk tersebut seperti metil, profil, butil dan etil. Dan terdapat juga produk kecantikan yang menggabungkan bahan semula jadi dan bahan kimia tersebut. Okey, satu produk yang digunakan untuk menghasilkan satu produk yang dihasilkan melalui bahan-bahan kimia adalah seperti skincare. Okey, seperti yang kita lihat, makeup pada zaman sekarang banyak menggunakan bahan kimia yang menyebabkan yang menyebabkan penyakit kulit yang berbahaya, betul tak? Okey, dan terdapat juga satu produk yang digunakan yang dihasilkan melalui bahan semula jadi dan bahan kimia tersebut, seperti sunblock untuk menghalang cahaya matahari. Okey, kita tengok apakah perbezaan antara produk dahulu dan produk zaman sekarang. Okey, seperti yang kita lihat, produk dahulu lebih mendorong kepada bahan semula jadi seperti timun, aloe vera, kulit kayu manis dan bedak sejuk. Dan produk tersebut lebih selamat digunakan oleh semua orang kerana ia tidak membawa sebarang penyakit ataupun membawa kesan yang bahaya kepada kulit kita. Dan produk pada zaman sekarang tidak semua yang boleh menggunakannya tersebut kerana ada setengah orang yang mempunyai kulit yang sensitif. So kalau mereka menggunakan produk yang tidak sesuai dengan kulit mereka, so kulit mereka akan bertambah lebih teruk.
Okay, next I will present about application and material use and advantage of polymer. So first application is wire insulation. The insulating materials commonly used to cover copper wire and other electrical conductors fall into two broad classes. First is thermoplastic and thermoset. Thermoplastic is one that will soften and even melt when exposed to a sufficiently high temperature. In other words, when the material is originally compounded, it becomes relatively hard yet pliable. Much like most plastic we encounter in our daily life. The major reason for selecting a thermoplastic material is because it is the most economical type of insulation. Next is thermoset. Thermoset, on the other hand, does not soften when exposed to the high temperature. Once it's compounded and cured, it becomes rubbery and retains its properties even when exposed to high temperature. So next application is car bumpers. For many decades, bumpers were made of chrome plate steel, which offer a decent amount of protection, but it is easily dented and quite heavy and expensive. Since the advent of plastic, car bumpers have been made almost exclusively from reinforced thermoplastic or leaf-end. Thermoplastic is easy to form and give way on impact, acting as a cushion to dissipate the energy. A thermoplastic is a plastic which can be heated multiple times and retains its plasticity or ability to be molded while hot. Thermoplastic olefins are a type used in the automotive industry because of their energy absorbing qualities, ease of manufacture and low cost. Most bumpers today are made of thermoplastic. Next application is hypodermic shrink. The hypodermic shrink, also known as a hypodermic needle, is a device used by medical professionals to transfer liquid into or out of the body. It is made up of a hollow needle which is attached to a tube and a plunger. The needles are generally made of a heat-treatable stainless steel or carbon steel. To prevent corrosion, many are nickel-plated. Depending on the style of the device used, the main body of the tube can be made of plastic, glass or both. Plastics are used to make the plunger handle the flexible synthetic rubber for the plunger head. Okay, last application is medicine packaging. Medicine packaging is a package and the packaging process of pharmaceutical preparation. It involves all the operation from production through drug distribution channel and to the end consumer. Plastic are compatible with sterilization method that don't require porosity. For sterilization method that do require porosity, the proven answer is to incorporate paper. This can be done as a strip or patch for flexible such as pouch and as sliding on rigid such as trays. Even the plastic must be able to withstand the elevated temperatures involved with the later mentioned method. Okay, now I want to present about the advantage of polymer. The first application is wire insulation. The first electrical system to make use of insulators were telegraph lines. This took place in the 1840s, where glass served the primary insulator at the time. Also, plant product worked to wrap cables and hold wires. Okay, nowadays we use only thermoplastic and thermoset. Thermoplastic is one that will soften and even melt when exposed to a sufficiently high temperature. In other words, when the material is originally compounded, it becomes relatively hard yet pliable, much like most plastic we encounter in our daily life. So next is thermoset, in other hand, does not soften when exposed to high temperature. Once is compounded and cured, it becomes rubbery and retains its property even when exposed to high temperature. Next application is car bumper. So bumper were at first just rigid metal bars. The construction of these bumpers was not reliable as their feature only a cosmetic function. Early car owners had the front spring hanger bolt replaced with once long enough to be able to attach a metal bar. The first bumper designed to absorb impacts appeared in 1901. It was made of rubber. So nowadays we use only thermoplastic olefins that are type used in the automotive industry because of their energy absorbing qualities, ease of manufacture and low cost. Okay, next is hypodermic shrink. The barrel of shrink is made of plastic or glass, usually has graduated marks indicating the volume of fluid in the shrink, and is nearly always transparent. Glass shrinks may be satirized in an autoclave. The needles are generally made of heat-treatable stainless steel or carbon steel. To prevent corrosion, many are nickel-plated. Depending on the style of device used, the main body of the tube can be made of plastic, glass or both. Plastic are also used to make the plunger handle and flexible synthetic rubber for the plunger head. Last application is medicine packaging. There have been several changes made to the medication containers. Over time, modification has been put into place to ensure the safety and well-being of the patient. As the leading manufacturer of injection molded plastic packaging, thermoform product, flexible film, and tapes and coatings, Berry Plastic has aimed to produce eco-friendly, biodegradable products for the environment.
I am going to present about a process method that I use in cosmetic. The process method that I use in cosmetic is making a sunbloom product. First is formulating the lotion. Water is purified using method called reverse osmosis. Reverse osmosis extract pure fresh water by forcing water under pressure through a semi-permeable membrane which separate pure water molecule from salt and other impurities. Second is sunscreen. Ingredients are purchased from outside source and mixed with the purified water according to the recipe of the final formulation. The recipe is recorded on a wet sheet with leaf. The exact measurement for each ingredient. Measurements are converted from the initial 10-gallon recipe used in the development stage to the larger quantity for commercial use. Okay, the third is making the containers. Blow molding facility manufacture the plastic container for the sunscreen. In some case, this is done outside of the company. Blow molding is a method which thermoplastic which soften when heat and harden when cold, extracted into a tube called a preresin and placed into a open mold. The mold is closed around the heat preresin and the preresin crunched at the bottom to form a seal. Compressed air is blown through the top of the preresin which caused the softened plastic to expand to the inside wall of the mold, creating the shape of the container. Container are moved to a printing facility where logos and product information are printed and, in some cases, stamped on the containers. Stamping embosses thin metal foil onto the surface of the container in the desired shape, usually a logo. The printed or stamped container are then stored for use when needed. Okay, the fourth is filling the container. Stainless steel tank with capacity up to 1,000 gallon are used in the filling process. Filling takes place in a separate sterile room with a conveyor system of many incoming tracks. Machine operator monitor the automated process. Container and cap enter the fill room on conveyor track. The sunscreen lotion flow from the wet through stainless steel piping to a pressure filling machine with filling machine which insert a retractable nozzle into each container and fill it with a major amount of sunscreen lotion. Okay, finally is capping the containers. Most containers are kept automatically along the production line. Some containers include cap with pump to allow easy dispensing of the sunscreen. This pump cap require manual assembly by operators as the container leaves the fill phase. Okay, this is a processing method that I use in polymer. The processing method that I use in polymer is car bumper. A car bumper is made by a process called resin injection molding rim, which basically consists of making special polyurethane compound and introducing it into a large bumper molding. Rim is process that conserve raw material and reduce cost. It is similar to injection molding except thermosetting polymer are used, which require a curing reaction to cure within the mold. Common items made via rim include automated bumper, air spoiler, and fender. In the process of making car bumper, there are two steps. The first step is making polymer. Liquid plastic pressure are mixed with a catalyst that cause them to combine and polymerize rapidly. The materials then are poured or injected into a large mold where the combine rapidly according to plasma record, and then next step is using the car bumper mold. The result is a polymer polyurethane. With the help of gas, the polyurethane expands to fill the bumper mold according to a historical count. The lightweight product then is removed.